name is Sean Hills. This is Condemned Without Trial, a pair of sculptures I made to draw attention to my first movie, RCMP Assault and Murder Causes Mental Illness. It's on YouTube right now on the site Eve Hills. This here is, I guess you call it ground zero. This is where the original RCMP assault occurred against my family. And I'm here to give testimony that should have gone to a Canadian jury and resolved this issue 37 years ago. I was never allowed to give testimony because of my age at the time. I was a child when they assaulted my family and me. And so here we go. I'm going to tell you instead. Leanne Gregor, this is an officer from the RCMP, just starting her career, rookie, came here late at night. It was 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and tried to demand from my uncle a confession to some allegation that she had against him. No proof of anything, just demanded a confession. And Wayne told her to leave. He was babysitting me and my friend, Scott Park. And so, anyway, we went back to watching MASH and whatever sitcom was on at the time. 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, the RCMP come back. This time Leanne has got 4 thugs with her, right? So they're re-questioning Wayne in the living room when my parents come home from whatever date they were on to retrieve me and Scott. And when they questioned the RCMP about what was going on, and my mom tried to move into the home to see where I was and if I was okay, right? And when that sort of initiated the event. But anyway, what I witnessed was Sergeant Kinlock grabbed my mom, a woman about my wife's size here, 110 to 120 pounds, 5'6", and this guy's a yard ache. I mean, he's huge. But he grabbed her by the throat, pinned her against the wall. And I still have nightmares about this, about her like clawing her way down the wall while she's turning blue, trying to get to me and make sure I'm not being kicked around like some piece of furniture while they're strangling and beating her brother beside me. And in the meantime, my dad was trying to rescue my mom, and the 3 cops behind him are beating his head in with mag flashlights. These are lead-lined aluminum pipes, about, that long, right? Really, really serious weapon. And they're using those wood clubs too. And yeah, so anyway, that went on until Dad punched out those 3 cops for beating him on the back of the head. And then he stepped into the living room where an officer was strangling and beating on my uncle, and another officer was strangling my mother, and he said, "Look, you guys, you stop it or I'm going to get involved again." And when Kinlock turned and looked for his support that was laying unconscious on the lawn, he dropped my mother, grabbed the other officer that was beating my uncle, and dragged him off into the night. That was the last we seen of him. So anyway, my father didn't like this, obviously, so he tried to hold them accountable by suing them. They countered by charging him with resisting arrest for trying to save his family from violence. And that's the way history went. He was blamed and made a criminal. So here we are, ground zero. This is site 1. We're going to go and visit all of the ones that are in our original movie, RCMP Assault and Murder. I got to go and thank the owner of this present property, and I would appreciate it if nobody ever come and bothered him, because this is ancient history and he has no involvement.